Welcome back to another Barjacks video. In this video, we're going to be showing you guys how to catch the most prized fish offshore in Florida. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So we start our day with heading out of beautiful Hillsborough Inlet. So we make about a 5-mile run to Fort Lauderdale to where the cargo ships are. Once we got to where these cargo ships are, we decided to set up our troll, and I'm going to walk you guys through what type of lures we're using for these fish and how we catch them. The first lure we got going on in the spread is a pink and white sea witch. Pink and white's one of my favorite colors for targeting these fish. These sea witches are good to catch tuna, dolphin, wahoo, and kingfish. That's really what you're targeting with these sea witches. So all you're going to want to do is poke a hole on the top of your bonita strip and then insert the wire from that hook into the top of that hole we just poked. Once we've done that, we're going to take our hook and insert the bonita strip about halfway down, and that's what our bonita strip, our final, is going to look like. Then we're going to put that squid perfectly right on top, and the sea witch is just going to follow it, and that's what our lure is going to look like right there. After putting out our pink and white sea witch, we put out our other blue and white sea witch. If you guys can run 2 sea witches, I highly recommend that. If you can't, one works just fine. We then started to make our troll by these cargo ships, and we got this massive hit that was just screaming out line. And once these fish hit, guys, on the planer, you want to let them run. Just don't start reeling it in. Let these fish run, and with the boat going forward, they're going to get tired very fast. Another tip for you guys when you're trolling for these fish, I highly recommend not stopping the boat. You want to have as much tension on that fish as you can. Stopping the boat gives them a chance of shaking off that hook. So now we saw this fish on top of the surface, and when they're on top of the surface, it usually means these fish are tired. So when this happens, you guys want to reel as fast as you can, because you don't want these fish to cut you off with their teeth, or you don't want them to shake the hook out of their mouth. We now have this fish right behind the boat, so this is where we get ready to take off our planer. The planer allows your bait to go about 40 to 50 feet deep. I highly recommend attaching this to your line, because it definitely ups your odds of catching these wahoo, your kingfish, your tuna, your dolphin. Having it just run on top, we've caught a few wahoo having the sea witch just by itself on top, but I highly recommend attaching one of these planers. So for these planers, you either could buy a bridle system. We actually make our own bridle system, which is really easy, which we're going to have in a future video for you guys, so definitely subscribe. We're definitely going to make a future video of how to work these planers, but as you guys can see, we just are able to detach it from the line and reel in these last couple of feet attached to the fish. So now that we detached the planer from the line, it makes it a lot easier for us, so we're able to just reel this fish in. The old-fashioned way of planer fishing is you would hand line it in from here on, and with these bigger wahoos, that's not a very good way to do it, because you could lose it very easily like that. We now have this fish right behind the boat, and as you guys can see, we have not stopped the boat. You want to keep going that same speed, because as you can see, he's just dragging on top of the water. The fish is tired. It makes it a lot easier, and it gives us a better shot of actually landing this fish. So we get our gaff ready to go, and we angle the boat to the best possible angle that we can gaff this fish nice and easily and get him in the boat. So now that he's directly right behind the boat, as you guys can see, we make a little turn just so this fish stays on that left side, and he doesn't get knotted up in our right side planer. So now I get ready to gaff this fish. And I highly recommend not showing the gaff to these fish early, because I'm going to be honest with you guys, we've lost a really big wahoo just like that. We put the gaff in it early, and he shook his head just like that, and it pulled off right at the boat. It was really depressing. But luckily, we were able to gaff this guy right in the head, and we landed this beautiful wahoo. As you guys can see, we were really happy when we landed this fish. When we got back to the dock, we actually weighed this fish, and it was one of our best. It was a 41-pound wahoo. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next Barjacks video.